What if something was watching you from the shadows? Something so impossibly tall and impossibly thin that your mind refuses to process what your eyes are seeing? What if there were videos out there, real footage showing a figure that shouldn't exist? For over a decade, millions of people have been terrified by the story of the Slenderman, a creature born from the internet itself. But is he just a modern myth created by our imagination? Or is there something more sinister behind all this? Today, we are going to tell you everything about Slenderman, whether it's a myth, reality, or something far superior to all this. The emergence. It all began in 2009 on what seemed like an ordinary internet forum. A user with the name Victor Surge posted two strange black and white photographs. At first glance, they looked like normal family pictures. But if you looked closer, something felt wrong. In the background of the photos stood a tall, thin figure, far too tall to be human. It had no face, no eyes, no mouth, just a smooth, empty head and a dark suit, silently watching. Victor Surge added short, disturbing captions beneath the images. He claimed the photos showed a mysterious figure that had appeared throughout history, always hiding in the background, always observing. And just like that, a legend was born. This story was different from other horror tales. Slenderman didn't belong to just one person. People across the internet began adding to the story. They shared edited photos, fake documents, videos, and stories of encounters. Everyone contributed their own version of the nightmare. The creature became known as Slenderman, a faceless being with long limbs, an unnaturally thin body, and strange, tentacle-like arms. According to the growing legend, he watched from a distance, and when he chose a victim, they were never the same. With every post, the myth grew darker. Who was he? Why was he watching? And what happened to those who caught his attention? No one knew the answers, and that uncertainty is what made Slenderman truly terrifying. The mythology. As the Slenderman legend expanded, so did the mythology surrounding him. Communities online created an elaborate universe of rules and explanations for his behavior. According to the lore that developed, the Slenderman was an entity that had existed for centuries, possibly longer. He targeted specific people, particularly children, following them obsessively before eventually taking them. He could manipulate technology, causing cameras to malfunction or recordings to glitch. Some versions of the mythology claimed he could teleport, stretch his impossibly long limbs to reach victims from impossible distances, and erase the memories of those who encountered him but survived. The most chilling aspect of the mythology was the concept of slender sickness, a condition that supposedly developed when someone had been marked by the entity. Victims would experience paranoia, nightmares, and a growing certainty that they were being followed. Their bodies would deteriorate, their minds would fracture, and eventually they would disappear. Online forums filled with people sharing their own experiences with these symptoms, feeding the narrative that the Slenderman was real, that he was out there, and that he could be coming for any of us. The Marble Hornets series, which began in 2009 and ran for several years, became the most influential piece of Slenderman media. Shot as a found footage-style web series, it presented itself as documentation of a filmmaker's encounter with the entity. The shaky camera work, the glitched footage, the unexplained disappearances, it all felt uncomfortably authentic. This wasn't fiction presented as fiction. It was presented as evidence, as documentation, as real footage that someone had been brave or foolish enough to upload to the internet. The footage nobody can explain. During the 2010s, strange videos began to appear online. The kind of videos that made people uncomfortable just by watching them. In these clips, something was caught on camera, something that didn't feel real. People shared footage of a tall, thin figure standing silently at the edge of dark forests. Other videos showed him walking across empty fields late at night, his movements slow and unnatural. Some clips were even more disturbing, seeming to show people being pulled into the darkness by something they couldn't escape. The videos were always blurry, always shaky, never clear enough to give answers, and that made them even scarier. You were never sure if you were really seeing something or imagining it. What made these videos spread so quickly was how real they felt. They didn't look fake or staged. They weren't polished or edited like movies. They looked like normal people filming something terrifying in the moment. And people began to ask questions. If something truly unnatural appeared, wouldn't the camera struggle to capture it? Wouldn't the footage look broken and wrong? As more videos appeared, patterns started to form. The figure moved too smoothly, almost like it wasn't human. He showed up in places he shouldn't have been able to reach. And the people filming always reacted the same way. Confusion at first, then fear, then panic. Some viewers say you can see the exact moment it happens. The moment the person behind the camera realizes they are not alone. That instant of realization, that sudden, overwhelming terror. And that is why these videos spread across the internet so fast, because for a brief second, it felt like you weren't just watching a video anymore. It felt like you were witnessing something you were never meant to see. The disappearances. But there's something darker beneath the surface of this legend. It wasn't just people sharing scary videos and creepy stories. There were real disappearances, real people who went missing. Real families are left devastated and searching for answers. In 2014, something happened that made everyone stop laughing at Slenderman as just an internet joke. 2 young girls in Wisconsin were found in the woods, and what they said they were trying to do chilled everyone to their core. They claimed they were trying to reach the Slenderman, trying to join him. Their victim, their friend, suffered injuries that could have been fatal. This wasn't some made-up story anymore. This was real. A real attack, real blood, real trauma. And it raised a question that nobody could quite answer. How did this internet legend translate into real-world violence? How did something born from pixels and fear actually reach out and hurt people? Some people blamed the videos. Others blamed the communities online that kept feeding the mythology. But what if it was something else? What if the line between the legend and reality was thinner than anyone realized? What's still out there? Many years have passed since Slenderman first took over the internet. The craze may have faded, but the legend never truly disappeared. Even today, new videos appear, new sightings are shared, and every day, new people discover the story for the first time. Just like those before them, they are pulled into a dark mix of fear and curiosity. This leads to a disturbing question. Why does Slenderman still haunt us? Why do people keep believing? Why do they still search for him in old photos and blurry videos? The answer may be simple and terrifying. Slenderman represents a fear that lives deep inside all of us. The fear of being watched, the fear of something we can't understand, the fear of losing control. When someone sees that tall, faceless figure hiding in the corner of an image, something primal awakens. They may not know why they're scared, but they feel it. And that fear is real, whether Slenderman is or not. So, is he real? That's a question only you can decide. But somewhere people are still watching those old videos, still sharing strange photographs, still whispering about encounters they've heard from friends of friends. And somewhere in those shadows and grainy images, something waits, something watches. And if you stare long enough, you may begin to understand why Slenderman terrified millions. You might even feel it yourself, that slow, crawling feeling that someone is watching you. And that feeling may be the scariest part of all. So what do you think? Was Slenderman just an internet myth or something more? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.